The Igorots inhabit the mountainous area of the northern Philippines, which is called the Cordillera. The inhabitants of this region are the indigenous peoples called Igorots, consisting of different groups according to linguistic and cultural traits. The different groups divided by geographical location are Bontoc, Ibaloy, Ifugao, Kalanguya, Isneg, Itneg, Kalinga, and Kankanay. Before I continue, I'd just like to say that I myself am an Igorot, born in the northern part of the Philippines in a small town at the top of a mountain range called Abatan. More specifically, I am part of the southern Kankanay ethnic group. But having lived more than half my life away from home, my background knowledge in my own heritage and indigenous culture is limited. So I am excited both to have learned a bit more about my culture through this assignment and to have this opportunity to share it with you. Contrary to popular belief, the southern Kankanays do not worship idols and images. The carved images in their homes only serve as decorative purposes. They believe in the existence of deities, the highest among which is Adikaila, of the sky world, whom they believe created all things. Next in the hierarchy is the Kabunyan, who are the gods and goddesses of the sky world, including their teachers Lomawig and Kabigat. They also believe in the spirits of ancestors, and the earth spirits they call Anito. They are very superstitious and believe that performing rituals and ceremonies help deter misfortunes and calamities. The Igorots are historically ancestral worshippers and primarily animistic in practice, making filial piety, respect for the dead, and respect for nature important constants among the cultures. In terms of food, there are only a few known traditional foods associated with the Igorots, including pinikpikan, atag, watwat, and tapoy. In this presentation, we will be focusing on watwat, which is the common food that I've eaten in feasts or celebrations. There are many ceremonies and feasts in the larger Igorot cultures that have watwat as the main food. These celebrations and feasts are referred to as kanyao or kanyao, which is defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as a pagan religious feast in the mountainous region of the Philippines. The term caño was actually introduced by the Spanish. However, prior to colonization, it was called sida or dilos. Since then, the term cañao has become the common name to encompass the many ceremonies such as marriages, healings, birth, burial, and voyage, where prayer and the feasting play a significant role. During cañao, Igorot families invoke spirits with offerings of animals, traditionally a pig, food, and other material things prescribed by the native priests known as mambunongs. There are different forms of cañao that vary according to the purpose and ethnic group. And some examples of that in the Kankanay ethnic group are lawit, kapi, and gaising. Lawit was a ritual to induce your spirit which has wandered away to return. It is not a common ritual done in Kankanay region, but it has been performed. Rice wine and a sacrificed chicken or hog are used to appease and call the spirit back. Evidence that may indicate the need for this ritual is when you dream yourself floating away from your body. Kapi is a ritual or celebration done to prevent sickness by the Bugyas Kankanay in compliance with dreams or a vow made during sickness. A hog, tapoy, and rice are necessary. Just before the hog is killed for watwat, the mambunong prays, addressing his prayer to the deities, the soul of the dead, and the malevolent spirits, which they are asked not to cause sickness, but to give good luck, riches, and a long life. Another is gaising. Historically, a larger number of the Benguet Kankanay were betrothed while children by their parents. The betrothal ceremony is called gaising, and as a rule, this kanyao is celebrated when the children are very young, frequently while they are infants, and occasionally before one of them is even born. One of the primary objects of the gaising is to cement friendships between the parents, and is frequently held after they have quarreled and pressure has been brought to bear to cause them to become friendly again. An animal, generally a cow, is killed and tapoy is furnished, but there is no spoken ritual. All three rituals require sacrifices or offerings of animals which are used for watwat, which is traditionally a pig, which you could get more of to feed more people, as chicken and beef were much more expensive. Overall, watwat is deeply ingrained into the culture of Kanyao and effectively into the Igorot cultural practices and traditions. From preparation to distribution, there are several rules to be followed regarding Watwat. First, the pig must be killed by driving a wooden stake into its heart. This process is called iwik. During iwik, the pig's head must be facing the side of the host's house where the doorway is located. The pig is then torched to burn off hair and the outer skin, which is scraped off with a large machete called banig. It is then cut into big slices and laid on the apay, which is tall grass or is ferns spread on the ground. The sliced meat is then tossed in a big wok called paryok or salyasi or gambang to be boiled in water. After the meat is cooked, it is laid on another apay to be sliced into smaller pieces. The fatty and lean parts are sliced in a triangular form with a narrow pointed edge. The bony ones are just cut in uniform size. The watwat is now ready to be distributed. Salt will be distributed to season the watwat, as it cannot be mixed in the paryok as it boils because a chemical reaction may occur with the metallic element of the pan and affect the taste of the soup. When watwat is being distributed, your age determines how many slices you get as well as what parts you will get. Kids will get one slice that is medium lean. Late adolescents and young adults have two, a lean and a fatty one. Middle-aged people are given three, a lean, a fat, and the layers from the belly. Lastly are the senior citizens. They receive the most since they are the ones who receive a slice of liver added to the latter age group mentioned. Over time, the animalistic beliefs and paganism started to fade as the Spaniards introduced Christianity, which took over in popularity and is now celebrating 500 years of Christianity, wherein 80% of the population are Roman Catholics and 11% belong to other Christian denominations. And although some pagan beliefs are being discontinued, the rituals are still remembered and are still being performed to this day as a part of our culture, such as Watwat. It is integrated into who we are and how we Igorots are defined. The act of sharing to our community shows how we are connected by our ethnic group. I did some cooking of my own and I thought I'd try it out, so I hope you enjoyed this video that I'm going to be showing you right now.